So when I asked Senator Tim Scott if I could meet him in Charleston to see what his life is like at home, not in Washington, D.C., he said, yeah, but don't meet me in the office. Meet me on the road talking to people. In fact, for lunch, meet me at Rodney Scott's barbecue. Senator Tim Scott, great
Brian,
to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Why do you have me here?
Well, listen, Rodney Scott's Barbecue is one of the most famous places for barbecue in all of South Carolina. It has won more awards than you can shake a stick at.
Senator,
You all right?
are you good?
Good to see you again.
Good, good. How you doing?
Rodney, heard a lot about you. Brian Kilmeade, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you, Brian.
So what is it about your place that is the whole town buzzing?
Man, it's the love, it's the consistency, it's the staff. I mean, look, it's the food, it's everything.
So I noticed as you walk in, everyone's talking to it, right?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
I am. I think it's kind of a blessing, right? I feel like I'm a vehicle for the great ideas of my constituents to help me make our nation better.
When you come to business like this, does it help that you were in business? Does it help that you worked at 13 years old?
Brian, at 13 years old, I started working at a gas station, checking oil and pumping gas back in the day when someone else pumped the gas for you. I worked at a movie theater. I sold vacuum cleaners door to door.
You did not.
One of my mentors, a guy named Jim Rohn, prepared me for a future that I could not see. He saw something in me, and he knew something about the life that I could live. And one of the most powerful weapons he gave me was individual responsibility. And as a kid who thought that sports was the only way out of poverty, he started saying, have a backup plan. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Look at that.
Perfect.
What kind of athlete were you?
You know, I was a good athlete in high school. I thought I was going to be the next Herschel Walker or somebody. And, God had a different plan for me. Unfortunately, my senior year, I fell asleep driving my car down the interstate. Wow. It was a miracle that I'm still here. I missed 7 weeks of my senior football season. Lost lots of potential scholarships. Ended up with a small scholarship that led me to a school called Presbyterian College where I became a Christian. All those lessons of John and the mentoring that he did early on about faith-based view of the world, it all kind of crystallized. And you ran, hey, Rodney.
Well, hope that on hold.
Yeah. We're doing good, man. Well done.
So just talking to the senator about how important it is to talk to real people. Inflation means one thing, it's a number, but for you it means what?
Man, it means we have to raise our prices.
Because you're paying more.
We're paying more.
And you take this back with you, right?
Absolutely. This is the real world information that
So when
helps
people
us
say
fight against it.
everything's getting better, no. I talked to my local restaurateurs.
100%.
It's not. So, Senator, what do we have on tap today?
Well, we got a busy day, so we have to go number one. I mean, we don't get an hour for lunch in South Carolina.
Where are we now, Senator?
We are on King Street in Charleston, South
What's
Carolina.
special about King Street in South Carolina?
I gotta tell you, this is a place where all the shopping happens. This is where you find your greatest restaurants in America. One of the best steakhouses in all the country is right here on King Street. You have great shopping at the Charleston Place Hotel.
Let me ask you, is there a lot of this? Because we have a lot of this we see in New York.
You know,
where you have commercial real estate, these stores just couldn't survive.
Well, the devastation of the pandemic is still visible right here. If you think about this street that I'm so excited about, in the middle of the pandemic, this probably had a 95% drop. Restaurants closed, hotels with 8% occupancy, where it's usually around 80% occupancy, retail dead as a doornail. To recover from that is remarkable.
Senator, you brought me to City Hall.
North Charleston City Hall. My office isn't here.
So you're a U.S. Senator, but you want to find out what's going on locally?
Absolutely. The only way to actually serve your constituents is to listen to them. So I put together a roundtable discussion. We're on the right side of the pandemic in many ways, but the legacy, the tail of the pandemic is still alive and it's well. So we're not quite there yet.
In the space of just weeks, had to lay off 1,200 people.
Thank you for the PPP loan. The first one I got paid for the rent.
Employment is coming back. It's still a challenge.
What did the government assistance do or not do? Because it actually hurt us in some cases.
We're at critically low levels of inventory, and you've seen prices skyrocket. Now with supply chain issues, we've got more shortage.
You guys are giving me a lot of wisdom, actually, about things that we need to continue to focus on.
That seemed like a very informative meeting.
Really good. As you heard, really smart, talented people who are investing their time in making sure that the government works better for them.
Senator, where have you brought me?
I brought you to my childhood home where I grew up. When my parents got divorced, we moved in with my grandparents. Very small house, about 700 square feet. It was right down this road. It was still dirt. It was dirt then, it's dirt now, and we're right in the middle of metropolitan North Charleston. This is basically where the house was.
So what are your thoughts seeing this?
Well, a lot of memories come flooding back. There was lots of love in the house. You just remember how much you had inside the house, even though what you had around the house was completely bare.
What does your mom think about what you've achieved?
The most exciting part of this journey is watching her experience the fullness of America, watching her travel with me around the country. People come walking up to talk with her and thank her for the way she raised me. That probably means more to me than anything else.
Thanks so much, Senator, for bringing me back to where it all started.
Absolutely.
Which is not really far from where you are, but yet it is light years away.
Yeah, thank you for coming.